Is the general rule that you don't do anything on a woman in the first trimester of pregnancy true, or have you managed to get away from that?
I think we probably got away from that. So if on the pregnancy run across the grid, there's certainly a lot less contraindications on there than there ever used to be, and I can't even find the pregnancy run. It must be on there somewhere. Pregnancy, right? So things like ultrasound, laser. Would be, don't put it in the area at any point during pregnancy. Don't aim it at the fetus. Yeah, the baby's in there, in the womb, in the dark, in the wet. It's in there to grow. Leave the little darling alone. Why would you want to hit it with ultrasound? Why do you want to hit it with electrical stim or laser or anything else? The chance of me doing ultrasound, let's say to the low back of a patient who's pregnant, the chance of that ultrasound reaching the fetus is just about zero. But if it all went wrong, if it all went Pete-tong, and the patient lost their baby, is the way I tend to look at it. The patient lost their baby, and it all ended up in court, and the judge said to me, he's only going to ask me two questions. Could the ultrasound have a detrimental effect on the fetus when this lady's pregnant? My answer must be yes, because we know it can.
We do?
Question,
okay,
yeah, we do know that's true.
Right.
All right. Question number two, could the ultrasound have reached the fetus? I have to say yes, because it could. What I want to say is the amount of ultrasound I've got to put in to do harm is way bigger than what I've just delivered. And the ultrasound I've just delivered almost certainly hasn't reached the fetus. He's not going to let me say that. He's only going to let me answer the two questions. Is there a
possibility? Yeah.
Yep.
What is the research? What does the research show on damage that can happen to a fetus?
Most of it's animal research, fairly predictably, because no one's going to give you ethics permission to deliberately try and blow babies up in the fetus, in the sac. But there's two levels. If you go in with enough energy, you can actually have a detrimental effect on the growth and on the development of the fetus. If you really crank the energy up, and you just couldn't do this with the therapy machine, but if you really crank the energy up, you could actually induce an abortion. There'd be a miscarriage. Okay. But if you did therapy ultrasound at therapy ultrasound doses, which are in our normal range, even if you got close to the fetus by doing directly over the abdominal wall, which would be stupid, but you could, or the low back or the sacroiliac, the most you're ever going to do is have a detrimental effect on fetal development. Our argument is, why would you do that? Why would you run that risk? And none of us want to. All right? But if the patient is pregnant, and you want to do ultrasound to the knee, or to the ankle, or to the shoulder, or to the thoracic spine, it's not a problem, because the ultrasound is not going to reach the fetus, and therefore it's not an issue.